Hi there guys, it's me Mr. Fossil and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to have a closer look at the Sinclair Dino Land World's Fair booklet. So without further ado, let us take a look at this little booklet. Just to let you know, I have two of these booklets, and one of them is in a frame. And it even comes with a description of the item itself. So if you would like to read that description, you can pause the video. But yeah, I have one framed up on top of my desk shelves at the very top. And lucky for us, I also have a physical copy that I got along with the frame. So a little bit about Sinclair before we go into the booklet. Sinclair was a gasoline company that was around during like the 1960s and 70s, and their logo, as you can see, is a Brontosaurus. And basically, when you went to the gas station, they would give you little miniature dinosaur figurines. But Sinclair also had an exhibit at the New York World's Fair from the year 1964 to 1965, and they would give you these booklets. Now, I wasn't obviously around during that time. Like, these were given to me as a birthday gift. But, I got this as a little relic in my collection. A little vintage gem that I have in my collection of mine. But yeah, this booklet basically details, like, the dinosaurs in their exhibit, and it gives you facts about them. And it can pretty much teach you about, like, how things were thought of back then about the Mesozoic era. But that's about Sinclair. So without further ado, let's dig in and see what this booklet's about. So the first page is a map of the Sinclair Dino Land exhibit. You can see like all the little statues of the dinosaurs in there. This is probably what it looked like at the World's Fair. Here's like a description of it. But yeah, those are the first pages. So first off, we have the Brontosaurus. Here's the description of it. And here he is, lumbering through the prehistoric swamps, as it was thought to have lived. Brontosaurus, I think, is now called a Patasaurus, but I think they found out there was a Brontosaurus. But you can see the big, bulky, lumbering, sluggish animal. At one time they were thought to live in swamps because of their heavy weight. At one time people thought that they lived in the water. They were too heavy to support themselves on land. But now we know that sauropods can suspend themselves on land. But yeah, this is your typical depiction of the Brontosaurus. But yep, there he is. Up next, let's see. We have two dinosaurs. So the first one here is the Struthiomimus. Basically, it was a ostrich mimic dinosaur. It looked like an ostrich, and it was related to your Gallimimus, which was featured in your Jurassic Park films. And, in this depiction, it's scaly, but in reality, it probably was covered in feathers, and probably was a running dinosaur, like it was fast. Another dinosaur here is the Trachodon, a duck-billed dinosaur, or a hadrosaur. As you can see, it's dragging its tail on the ground, like how people used to think dinosaurs were. But yeah, these are the Trachodon and the Struthiomimus of the booklet. Up next, we have the classic duel of prehistory, the T-Rex versus the Triceratops. These two were actually said to actually have fought because they did meet each other. As you can see, T-Rex is walking upright with its tail dragging on the ground. And we have Triceratops, a big, sluggish-looking thing. We have some very nice volcanoes in the background erupting, and these two dinosaurs look like they're preparing to fight and clash. I wonder who's gonna win this fight. But yeah, the T-Rex versus the Triceratops. By the way, if you guys want to read the text at the bottom, you guys can pause the video if you want. But next we have two other dinosaurs. First we have the Ankylosaurus. Wow, he looks all thick and big. Like, look at him. He looks like he has no neck, dragging its tail on the ground. Ankylosaurus was a armored dinosaur. It had a tail club it used to defend itself, and it had armor plating covering its body to protect itself from meat eaters as well. But yeah, basically it was a living tank, if you will. A living tank dinosaur. And up next, we have the Corythosaurus, another duck-billed dinosaur, or hadrosaur. In this book, it says that it lived in the water, and that is something that people thought about hadrosaurs too. Hadrosaurs, due to them having like the duck-billed heads, were thought to be semi-aquatic or swimmers. And in reality, they were actually fully land-dwelling creatures. And it says here that they probably ate crabs and stuff like that, like shellfish, but we know that they were plant eaters. But a few years ago, we found fossil evidence that hadrosaurs could have occasionally have eaten crabs and crayfish, but they were strictly plant eaters. But yeah, we have the Corythosaurus and the Ankylosaurus, or the Ankylosaurus, in our little booklet. Next, we have two other dinosaurs. First here, we have the Ornitholestes. Ornitholestes was a small theropod dinosaur. And in old 1960s and 70s depictions of this creature, you can see that it is chasing an Archaeopteryx, and that's basically what I've seen in old paintings of it. It chases Archaeopteryx, which was basically the first bird. But Ornitholestes, we know today, was probably covered in feathers, and at one time it was thought to have a crest on the tip of its nose, but we found out that that wasn't true either. Basically, it was just crushed skull material, and that it probably also had quills, but I don't think it really had quills. We're not really sure. But this is Ornitholestes chasing after the Archaeopteryx. Like, he wants to eat it. And over here, we have another classic dinosaur, the Stegosaurus. Again, you can tell, like, big and bulky, dragging tail on the ground. But yeah, Stegosaurus. Its tail, of course, is raised up like the other dinosaurs. You can see he's walking through the swamps too. But yeah, you can really tell that how dinosaurs have aged. You can really tell. And this is the ending of the booklet, showing why Sinclair is interested in dinosaurs. So I'll tell you why Sinclair's mascots are dinosaurs. Basically, the materials that they use to make their gasoline comes from deposits from the Mesozoic era. Like your fossil fuels, like your coal, your petroleum, your oil, that's all from prehistoric life. Most of it's from the Paleozoic era, but some of it is probably from like your Mesozoic era, and but that's basically why they're like interested in dinosaurs, is because your fossil fuels come from prehistoric animals. So that's why they're very interested in dinosaurs. And that's the ending of the booklet here. Of course, we have the cover again. And that is the Sinclair Dino Land World's Fair booklet. So guys, what do you think of it? Like, have you ever went to a Sinclair dinosaur gasoline station? Have you ever been to the World's Fair? Tell me what you thought about this little booklet. It's a very interesting item I have in my collection, and I'm glad I have it. Like, I got two of them in the frame and this one. But I'm glad to have this because, vintage, and it also shows you how much things have changed with dinosaurs. Like, the dragging the tails on the ground, all big, bulky, scaly lizards. But yeah. This is the Sinclair booklet. Tell me what you thought of this in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this little analysis of mine, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a nice day, and stay safe and well. Bye!